Well, I had nothing better to do today, so let's talk about Gremlins. So Gremlins was released in 1984 and was directed by Joe Dante, and Steven Spielberg was an executive producer and starred Phoebe Cates and Zach Galligan. And I honestly don't know why I want to talk about it, just because it's 35th anniversary, that's all. Also because I missed the anniversary of Pulp Fiction yesterday. I'm terribly sorry about that. Well, let's just jump into all the stuff that works about Gremlins. The characters are actually really fleshed out. Zach Galligan is really good as Billy Peltzer. He's got a unique charm to him that really works in this movie. And you can tell that he's really trying in his performance. And Phoebe Kate works well as the love interest, Kate. They actually have some really good chemistry together. And their dynamic throughout the movie works really well. And Gizmo, oh my god, Gizmo is so tiny and so cute. You just want to hold him. You don't want to get any water on him, because when you do, you realize all the little clones of him are going to turn evil. So you don't want that. Just pet him, that's all. And another big plus for this movie, the effects. The effects actually hold up pretty damn well for a 35-year-old movie. Now, granted, some stuff doesn't age too well, like the little stop motion scene where they're running down the street. But other than that, everything else holds up pretty well. The designs for the Gremlins look really nice. And for the entirety of the film, it's actually a pretty straightforward plot. Dad goes to a little Chinese store, finds a little mogwai, buys it, gives it to his son. Water gets all mogwai, multiply, they turn evil because they eat after midnight. Time to kill them. And that's the entire plot of Gremlins. I will say that this movie is mostly reliant on the effects. Probably because effects and puppets like this didn't really exist back in 1984. Well, I mean, they did, but not to this extent and to how good they are. And some of the stuff that I like that didn't involve the Gremlins was actually the dad character. He's the quirky inventor who creates things, but they don't really work out as intended. And he does have some good jokes here and there. Mrs. Deagle. Oh my god, Mrs. Deagle is the biggest this movie. She buys land and takes money from people, and she threatens to kill Billy's dog Barney. It's actually kind of dark, which is why it's so satisfying to see her comeuppance when she gets launched out the window by the Gremlins. How can you not enjoy that scene? And the way she just lands with her feet up in the air and the cops are just staring at her like... I mean, come on, it's comedy gold. I will say this movie is not perfect. There are a couple things I have problems with. Number one, semi-big plot hole. How come the Gremlins don't multiply when they're in the snow? They clearly established that the second rule is if Gremlins get wet, they multiply. Snow is just frozen water, so... when they step in it and walk in it and crawl through it, why aren't they getting wet? And also, doesn't beer count as getting wet? Oh well, I'll let it slide. And also, in the movie theater, wouldn't the light from the projector kill them? Well, I mean, if the light didn't kill them from the projector, then the amount of cigarettes they had probably would. Also, Mr. Futterman. Mr. Futterman is actually a pretty funny guy. And no, he doesn't die in this movie. He comes back in the second one. How did he survive getting run over by a tractor? Leave it up to your imagination, I guess. I don't know. Goddamn piece of crap. It's a Kentucky Hobster. Foreign TV set. Oh my... he just has so many quotable lines in this movie. Guys, that was my mini review of Gremlins. I think it's a pretty well-made movie with great effects, great acting, some issues, but overall, it's a pretty well-executed film. Guys, stay tuned for my next review, Gremlins 2. Peace out, have a good day, and bye.